okay, I want to do something different this time. Karen, can you please close your eyes and imagine you are in the 19th century in England, in London. Everything is beautiful and someone wants to stab you 3 times into your stomach. Who do you want it is?
It must be that bloke Jack the Ripper.
No, it's Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
In that case, it's that bloody bastard Jacob Fry.
I think you should lost the British accent.
Why? I have an amazing British accent
Yes, but
that
this
just
is-
went a bit aristocratic for some reason.
Yes.
I'm gonna drop it
Drop
now.
it.
Okay, I'm back.
Great.
That was awful.
Because this is an American game and
It's-
it's a series of games.
A series of American games set
There's
all
a-
over the world.
There's a lot of games of Assassin's Creed.
All of them basically
Syndicate-
the same,
Yeah.
just in different settings.
We can argue, but the Syndicate is actually 9th in the line.
lot of
And
games.
I think everybody stopped counting like after 3rd or 4th. But this is the most, not the most recent one. Most recent before the restart, actually.
Before the
Before the
restart.
restart of the origin, right?
Yeah.
But it's most modern one, meaning in time. Because this is in 19th century and no Assassin's Creed was like based on that.
It's true. This was quite bold of them because still the Assassin's Creed franchise is built on swords and all
Yes.
of this, so
Yes.
this was changing things up a bit.
And as you said, like it's always very similar to each other.
Yeah.
But there's some new improvement.
There is, such as
And main character, because
Yeah.
there's two of
Two.
them. There's siblings, man and woman, and you can actually play any of them, like switch in real time.
and
That's
it's
nice.
it is still the only Assassin's Creed game where you must play as a woman because in Odyssey, I know everyone plays as a woman, but you could choose to play the whole game as a man. In Syndicate, you will be playing as a female
some
assassin.
mission. Yeah.
Yep. And the relationship between the two, this brings a different dimension to an Assassin's Creed game because usually it is a solitary, male, more or less humorless, serious hero. And here we have two rather funny male and female characters. So this also is mixing up the formula a bit.
And there's another big new thing, and that is the grappling hook. And you know, that's nice. And you know, when I was thinking about the Assassin's Creed, how like easily the main character claims everything, basically.
Yeah.
I was always thinking about Spider-Man, and now thanks to the hook, it's even more. It's like.
This is something that, yes, the grappling hook is new and it's fun and it's cool, but
It's fun, but it's even more like
more
supernatural.
ridiculous. It's more ridiculous,
Yes.
and it just actually reinforces one of the most tired things about the Assassin's Creed formula is that you don't have to put any effort into it. You look awesome and it looks amazing, but it requires zero skill. So if that turns you off of previous Assassin's Creed games, you think, okay, I'm just mashing buttons and
I
he's doing
think
flips.
that's why I did the restart, and this is the last game before
Yeah.
restart.
So people who play like every single Assassin's Creed game in order, that's I think one of the reasons why this game was not very well received because people were tired of just like having your hand held and making it almost impossible to fall off of buildings. But it's true. If you're going to do that, the grappling hook is a nice addition because
But
it's leaning into
It's
that.
not the last one, because actually in this game, you can have several people in your gang. You're actually having a gang. Hey!
And training a group of people
And like adding skills, because usually you since this game you only did the upgrading your weapons, your character. Now you can do skills to your game. And there's one more thing, and that is
a lot of things.
a lot of things, lots
Yeah.
of things. Because now it feels like GTA, because you can steal their horses and go with them like they really go like cars. Really.
You can steal any carriage that you see. So yeah, it feels like the creators got together and like, okay, we like assassins. We do assassins well. But that Spider-Man game is really popular, and
And
GTA
the new
is
GTA just came out,
doing
so why
well.
not do that?
What if we put this all together
Yeah.
and mix it and see what
Yeah.
happens? Like, and Syndicate. Yeah.
Well, what happens is really like a complex open world game that suffers from their predecessors, like with the usual things. By meaning, sometimes the main character doesn't do what you want
Yeah.
exactly because it can do so many things. And, yeah.
This is a problem. About having multiple actions on the same button is still a problem. Telling it just to jump and grab the character to jump and grab something, you'll grab something, but maybe not exactly what you wanted. All of this is familiar to any Assassin's
But
Creed
I
player.
must admit that this was my first Assassin's Creed. I played more than 1 hour, and going to the conclusion, if you should play this game, I like really it hooked me. And since I didn't play the previous one, I like could appreciate all that it offered. So from like non-Assassin's Creed player, I think this is a good game to start even because it's got good graphic, really like open world where you can do so many things.
It is kind of the slow accumulation of the best things of the traditional
It is.
formula of Assassin's Creed.
Maybe because you played more.
I've played
if
more of
you
them,
played-
not all of them, but I've played more of the Assassin's Creed games. And it's true, I think a lot of the mechanics that really got you and hooked you, grappling hook,
Are from
did,
the first one or
no. The grappling hook is new, but a
Yeah,
lot
I
of the
know.
mechanics that interested you didn't grab me because I know them, and it's very, very similar. So this is the big criticism of Ubisoft, of getting a really great formula and then just changing a little bit. So if you've played a lot of Assassin's Creed games before and you got kind of tired of it, I don't think this is the one that would get you interested again in the traditional formula of the series. But if you liked previous Assassin's Creed games, if you haven't played any of them, I agree that it would be a good place to start. It would be kind of a shame to start with the newest games because they're so different.
They are.
It's a very different style.
Yeah.
So this is a really nice one to experiment with,
Especially
Assassin's Creed.
now it's for free.
It's completely free. The last thing I'll say is the setting.
Yeah.
Because
That's important.
this is what always changes with Assassin's Creed games. If you are a fan of 19th century London and all of the characters, Charles Dickens, Jack the Ripper, Darwin, you'll meet these people in the game.
Because that's what we didn't mention. Like, there's a really the setting is really historical accurate. So this is one of the the best thing about Assassin's Creed.
It's pretty cool. If you've been to London before, you'll recognize a few things, which is not the case for a lot of the games because it's in ancient history. Some people think that the game looks ugly and is not as shiny and cool as
I
previous
didn't
ones.
find it ugly. Like when you climb
I
up
like it.
the town and you see the overview. It's
I like
beautiful.
it. But you have to have some interest in the setting. If you do, this could be a really cool world to explore. But let us know what you think if you've played other Assassin's Creed games. If you've played a lot of them, tell us where Syndicate ranks in your list
That would
of
be
Assassin's
interesting,
Creed
yeah.
games. That would be very interesting.
And if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit the bell button because that will help you to get notification of a free game.
We know all these games are free, but there's so many free games now that your wallet isn't suffering, but your time is still valuable. So we test these games out for you. We tell you if they are worth your time, and we want feedback from you also.
If
Tell
you
us
don't,
what
if
thought.
you disagree, please let us know.
Absolutely. But thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next video.
Excellent. What else does London have to offer?
Now is not the time for tourism, Jacob. Now's the time to find Henry Green. I've always been the quicker climber, haven't I?
Not since we were two.
Race you to the highest vantage point.